Hey everybody, it's Anna. Time for the Wednesday card in this week's tarot story. So today we have the Five of Pentacles. And the five is the midpoint card in a 10-card trajectory, right? But it's also the challenge point. This is the point where I think of the path as being you're going uphill, uphill, uphill. The five is that tipping point at the top of the mountain. And it's the hardest. You have to push right at that top just to get over the top. And so that's the challenge. Are you willing to bear down and make and clear this one obstacle? If you can clear it, then momentum is on your side. It gets you some momentum, it gets you past the tipping point. And now the rest of the path, it kind of opens up in a new way. If you don't clear the challenge, you get stuck up here and you slide back down the hill, which just means you have to repeat. Whatever you've already done, you have to do it again. So it's not a total loss. It just takes another go, maybe. So this is the five, the challenge point of the Pentacle suite. And the Pentacles are connected to the physical realm. So they're about money and physical wellness and vitality and jobs and hobbies and that kind of thing, right? So this indeed looks like a challenge point because you've got two impoverished looking people. One is on crutches. They're walking in the snow. It looks very heavy and very difficult. So the challenge point in the Pentacles trajectory feels like poverty and struggle and scarcity. And so that's the challenge do we agree to the scarcity or are we willing to see something else? And of course, these people are walking this way, but behind them, we see a stained glass window, which suggests they are walking beside a church. And in the medieval days, when the Rider-Waite deck was created, the church was a symbol of sanctuary. It's a place where you could sleep in churches even. They leave churches open for people to have a warm place to rest. They would give you food, they'd give you shelter. So this idea that they're kind of working in the snow and they're looking at their feet. And if they don't look up from their feet and look around themselves, they will miss the fact that there is sanctuary being offered to them. And I think that's the challenge point of the Five of Pentacles. It's, do we dig into the idea that we are on our own. We've got to bear down. We've got to push. No pain, no gain. Doesn't matter how you get there. You gotta push past the pain and keep going. Like our success is dependent on our own personal perseverance. If you believe that, you won't finish this trajectory because nobody can complete a full manifestation on the planet by themselves. So if you try to do this, you will eventually peter out of your energy and you'll fall back down the mountain. But if you can let go of the idea that this is all about your personal pulling yourself up by your bootstraps and your own grit and perseverance, if you can say there is something else possible and that the universe is here to help me, and the only way I'm going to complete my work is by figuring out how to agree to that. That's actually, sounds like it'd be very easy. That's actually a pretty significant challenge for many of us because we've been so often told that independence is the key to everything, when independence is the choking off point for the Five of Pentacles. You have to let go of independence and become interdependent with the universe. You are co-creators with the universe. You're not creating by yourself, you're co-creating. And if you don't let your co-creator help you, you're only going to get about half the way done, which is the 5 point. So I think this is an interesting place where we started with the Knight of Swords and then the King of Wands, and how in this position, the linear mind, which is the swords mind, will often say, oh yeah, there's only one path forward. The path I'm already on, which is the struggle path, is the path I have to continue on. There's no other way forward. But an intuitive mind would be able to go, well, that doesn't seem like it makes any sense. Let's see if is anything else possible. The intuitive mind kind of knows how to find the places of flow and joy and passion. So it's looking beyond the obvious path. And so this seems like a really nice challenge to come up with the negotiation, which we talked about between the Knight of Swords and the King of Wands, is can the Knight of Swords sort of let himself be schooled by the King of Wands, who is the master energy, to look beyond what he thinks is true to see what might be possible. If the mind is very stubborn and refuses to look past its own feet, then, it needs a little more time. A little more time on the path. You have to go back and kind of work your way up to this again. But if the Knight mind has learned how to listen to the King Master energy, which is the intuition energy, it can begin to sort of break free, wiggle free from some of these old ideas and open itself to the magic that's right there, right on your path, right next to your path, if just you'll look to the side and see it. So I think a good question here is, How much do we value independence? How bought in are we to independence? How scared are we of interdependence? Because that is a point of vulnerability. Letting yourself be loved, supported, letting other people's or the universe's energy in means you have to feel safe. If you don't feel safe, you'll naturally kind of deflect it. So, we got to get safe. That means we have to clear whatever wounds are making us feel unsafe, whatever old pain points are there, because that's in the way. You can't feel safe if you're in pain. So the pain has to be cleared. The old wounds have to be set aside. The mind has to be brought into a place of feeling pretty comfortable and relaxed for it to clear this challenge point. So that's our card for today. See you tomorrow for our next one. Bye.